Hey guys, this is Bumblebee85 coming at you again with another video review. This time I'm still sticking with the Transformers, and it's still with the Robots in Disguise. It's a little bit of an older figure. I don't know how many out there have actually found him, but I've had him for a little while. Thunderhoof, and he's a Decepticon in the Robots in Disguise cartoon that is on television as of now, and will be coming back for future seasons in the not too distant future. Now he transforms into a tractor type vehicle, as you can see by the back of his packaging here. But with the Robots in Disguise line, the vehicles are vehicles, but when they transform into the robot mode, they're actually looking like animalistic type. If you saw Steel Job from before, he's like a wolf type character, but turns into like this off-roading vehicle, but transforms into a wolfish type looking robot. So this is like a deerish, elk type robot looking robot anyway. But he does have the scan and the app and unlock and play abilities with that little logo there on his chest. So if you wanted him for, or whatever he offers in the game, you could actually just scan using your phone and get whatever ability for in the game to use without even actually having to buy the figure. But it's from Hasbro. I found this one at Toys R Us. He transforms in 8 steps. Let's bust Thunderhoof out of the package here and see what he's all about. Now here's Thunderhoof out of the packaging. Looking pretty neat. I like to say neat a lot. He's got his bluish color. Obviously it's all blue. 2 different types of blues I seem to see on here. He also has some black highlights and looking animalistic with his elk antlers here, and he even has like these little hooves drawn on the front of his feet, which look kind of cool for like the elkish, deerish, or whatever type of animal he is representing there. There's a little hollowish looking in the back, especially in the leg area. It's just wide open. Looks like almost like a dollar store toy truck or something you would buy. Very, very hollow. Arms hollow all the way through there. But the front looks very beefy. It looks very beefy from the front. Here's a close-up of his antlers. They're on a bit of a hinge here for transformation. He comes with this this black gun, which is a pretty nice looking gun. It even has like a gunmetalish black to it. It's not just straight up black. So, and that easily fits into his hand, so he can use it. I like the look of that gun. It's really neat looking. And he does also come with weapon storage on the back. There's a little spot here. It doesn't say in the instructions, but I assume you can just store it right into the back in that little peg hole there, where the screws in there. You just stick that right in there. Seems to be the only storage, and we'll see if there's storage for his weapon in robot mode after I go over his articulation here. Now he does have also some nice red painted eyes in there, so that's kind of cool, and a blue crest on his forehead. But his articulation, he just has a head swivel. There's no up and down. His antlers move up and down, and also hinge here. He has a ball joint shoulder here, and then even on the ball jointed shoulder, there's even a hinge in there. It completely just moves the arm separate from the actual tire hinge there. Ball jointed elbows. So you got a good range of movement. His elbow fin there kind of gets in the way a little bit, but that's okay. He does have a hinge swivel here, but that's for transformation, I believe. That's also for transformation. He has a waist swivel, You got it kind of has like an ab crunch here, but I would imagine that's for transformation also. So there's a swivel and a crunch. Ball jointed hips, upper thigh swivel, single hinged knee, which is also probably for transformation, so he has a huge range of movement in that knee. And then he also has this little hinge here for his foot. It comes out a little on an angle towards the front, but it also acts almost like a separate knee, almost like a dual hinge knee. shin cut there for transformation, obviously. So that's his articulation, and I really like the robot mode. I'm liking the animalistic robot modes that we're getting out of these robots in disguise figures. But I am transforming him for the first time, so bear with me. We're going to learn this together. It shows to fold his wrists in, like so. And it says to plop his antlers down, so we'll straighten those out. We just tip it back. There's a little notch right in here that clips into this spot right there. So you want to kind of just pull it out and you'll get it. You lift it right underneath his abdomen there. You lift that out and it's on a hinge. We got this accordion hinge in the back here, if you can see that. Just it hinges up like so. Just spin his head around. Spinning his head around like so. Then we spin him at the waist. So then we completely fold here at that abdomen crunch. Fold it right up and under. You can tuck his feet in underneath his shins there, and you can also there's a notch in there. You just want to pin his legs together. You'll hear a snap. Then you can actually push this down. There are 2 notches here and here, which will clip into the tops of his shin split there. So it holds nicely. Then you want to push his shoulders back, which form the windows of the tractor. And you're just going to spin. There's a little notch on the inside of his tire here. See it right there? It will hit this notch right there. So you just tuck it, and there's also another notch on the top of the fender which tucks up just under the window, and that sits nicely. Then you pull his arms up in behind here, and then again this little notch here just kind of sets in this recess here. So you just push those together like that. So on the same on this side, line those 2 notches up. Actually, you're going to kind of want to get his arms together because those also peg together just like the front of his feet. So 2 notches there. Slide those together. And then you want to bring those up together. If you can keep everything pegged in, you just sit up in behind, forming the back of the tractor. Let's see if we can keep it together here. Just a nice little push. Everything stayed pegged together. And that's Thunderhoof in his tractor mode. Has some nice smokestacks sticking up the back here, which were on the bottom of his arms. I like how the shoulders form the windows of the side of the tractor. Looks kind of cool. A nice shiny blue, metallic bluish for the windshield there. And he has this few black highlights here and there, which are nice. These big grooved tires for tractoring. And then the scraper for pushing or pulling hay, or maybe for planting. Scoops some lines in the dirt there. I don't know much about farming, but that's kind of cool. You can even angle them like that, but you do see his face on the bottom there. But he also does have storage for his weapon. Where his legs peg together, it forms a little hole and you can peg it right in deep inside there, and that stays nicely underneath in tractor mode, and it doesn't scrape along the ground. And it actually adds some like detail underneath the tractor. Those are the bottom of his feet right there. Nice groove. It's bumpy, like that's not just painted lines or anything like that. They're actually molded there, so that's kind of cool. But I like him. He's a neat little figure, and he stays together, pegged together really nice. Unlike unlike Paralon, there was a little loose in spots, but there is also a little hinge there on his antlers for the scraping there. Here's a quick little comparison also with Steel Jaw and Strong Arm. He's a smaller tractor, definitely compared to Strong Arm's pickup truckish, Hummerish mode, and this Steel Jaw's off-roading-ish vehicle here. So he's a smaller tractor, but I also noticed he has a couple headlights here painted in red on the front there. Kind of neat. Just noticed them now. But we'll quickly transform him back. His arms from the back there pop off. You can separate them, pull them up a little bit, get them out of the way so that his bottom half can swing up and around. And you can rotate him at the waist. You can separate his legs. It's a nice tight popping joint in there. Fold out his legs from underneath. You can pin his shoulders. You can pin his shoulders up, bring them down, flip out his fists. So his shoulders really snap up there nicely too. No problem getting out his wrists. You form his chest back down around underneath, clipping that abdomen piece into that little notch there again. And you just spin his head around. His antlers are supposed to be flat, so you just put them on a bit of an angle. So a neat original character. I like I said before, I like the animal parts. I was a huge Beast Wars fan, so I love the animal parts that they gave the robots in their robot form. So overall, out of all the Robots in Disguise figures that I've messed around with, I want to say he is my best. Grimlock is up there, except for his elbow joints really are messed up. But here's a comparison to Grimlock and Paralon. And he's Grimlock size, I believe, in the cartoon. He's tough. He's a competitor of Grimlock's, I believe. So I could be wrong. I actually haven't watched all the episodes. So, but he's kind of cowboyish. He talks in that cowboy voice, I believe. So, but he fits nicely in with him. So I like that. But if you find this guy on the shelf, I definitely recommend picking him up if you can find him. I don't know how many of you have or anything like that. Very recommended figure so far out of, and he's not back heavy obviously. Then the heels, he actually has some heel support. A lot of these, I find the Robots in Disguise figures here are lacking any kind of heel support. And with this extra joint in his shin, he actually leans a bit forward, so he won't tip back. So very, very coolish looking robot mode. Very beefy. I like it. He might be a little too blue for some of you. There's the Takara version. You can check that one out. Japanese import. But this is my review on Thunderhoof from the Robots in Disguise series. Check them out and enjoy the play. welcome Grimlock to the stage for his stand-up comedian debut. Yay, yay. Take it away, Grimlock. It's all yours.
Thank you, thank you. Did anybody ever notice that I'm the only Dinobot that doesn't have a name that starts with an S? We have Snarl, Swoop, Sludge, and Slag. Whoops. Now they're calling him Slug. What's with that? And my name doesn't even start with the S. It starts with a G. Grimlock. What's with that? Boo, boo.